Hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. These are the talking legs of Dr. Stereo. It's me again, and it's a marvelous day today in Potsdam. What you can see in the back is the Orangerie. It's a part of Castle Sanssouci, very famous in Germany. It's a Baroque castle by Frederick II. But this is a topic that won't matter to us today. First, a word for or two people who are trying to watch my 3D videos on a Android app, on the YouTube Android app. If you try to watch it in anaglyph mode, you can maybe get a somehow distorted image like this. You see? I don't know what's causing this. I've been fiddling around for some weeks, and then I got information from Greg Warmbrod. Hi Greg, good to see your shows. He is a 3D time traveler. 3D time traveler. Go to his YouTube channel and watch his videos. And he gave me some hints of how to upload 3D videos that they don't get distorted, and I hope this works out this time. So, what is it that I want to talk to you? My God, it's a nice weather here today. It's episode 2 of 3D comic books. 3D comic books. This later. I have been collecting comic books, 3D comic books, since the early 90s, or don't let me lie, since the early 80s, when I first stumbled over my first 3D comic book. It was Fix and Foxy, German comic book done by Rolf Kauker. And then I was hooked, like so many other people and 3D fans. Now I want to present to you some publications that go a step deeper and further from what I have known up till now. So let's begin at the beginning. This was a book that was very informative to me. I bought it in the late 80s, early 90s. Starlog Fantastic 3D. It got a section of about 3D comics. It is about everything 3D. Get it if you can. This one has the original glasses. So, and here was written something about 3D comic books, and I was thinking to myself, wow, what's this? It really sounds interesting. There have been some examples printed as well, and as you can see with my Dr. Stereo anaglyph goggles, I can see these anaglyph comics right now. And I must say, wow, yeah. 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, and an index. And I always was wondering, is there more to get? Yes, there is more to get. With this book, Amazing 3D. Gum cards, photos, movies, comics by Hal Morgan and Dan Sims, including 3D glasses, these ones. And with this book, you have a lot of reprints of old 3D comic stories. Very, very good reprints. It seems as if they had the original masters. I don't know what master files are when you're going to print. We have Thor, we have Mighty Mouse, we have the Three Stooges. This is Mighty Mouse in 3D. Reprinted. You can read a lot about the 3D movies as well. You have a lot 3D images as well. What do we got here? Take a random example. 4 anaglyph 3D photos from movies like The Devil's Canyon. But this is not what we are going to talk about today. We're going Picture of Evil. We're talking about comics. So you could read a lot. You could read a lot information in here. But when was this book first published? Let's look inside. 1982. So if you were in Europe, you didn't even know such a book exists if you were a teenager in Germany at the time. And so you had to wait some years until last month when I encountered the existence of this magazine. Alter Ego. Roy Thomas's in-depth comics fanzine. Coming right at you, 3D comics of the 1950s. What should I tell you? Reprints galore, information galore about how they did it, about why they did it, about their success story and why 3D comics failed after the short time of 9 months. It features, don't let me lead you wrong, an article written by Ray Sohn in this episode or in this one. This is part 2 of 3D Comics Alter Ego number 162, and this is Alter Ego 115. They are both available from the printers. This is March 2013 and this is July 2015. 14. So, what do we got here? Lots and lots of information, lots and lots of reprints. They're looking just great. Even here, only the reprints in the sun. It's wonderful. There is even a third magazine, number 155, November 2018, that deals with Norman Maurer. Norman Maurer was one of the two guys who, you can say, invented the 3D comics in the 1950s. And he was the son-in-law of one of the Stooges characters. He was married to the daughter of one of the Stooges, which explains a lot why one of the first 3D comics at the time has been a 3D comic book of the Stooges. These have been reprinted in the 1980s and I got all 3 volumes. They are done so very beautifully. It's a real marvel how they did it in the 1950s. So, and enough is not enough. This is the Bible, the Holy Grail. Can you see the lenticular image on the front? It's drawn by Joe Kubert, who was the second guy. Maurer and Kubert, who were into 3D comics in the 1950s. It's got its own glasses. And it's full of reprints. Mostly 90% of this book are reprinted 3D comics. There's an interview at the beginning. Introduction by Joe Kubert, written by himself. How everything came into being. Amazing 3D comics by Craig Yo. And then we are on page 27, 29, when the reprints start. And the book has about 170 pages. Whee! So much for the information, and now for the fun part. I have specially prepared for you 2 comic books from the 1950s, one from the 1950s and one from the 1980s. The comic book from the 1950s had this goggles. It reads Suwa. Suwa. What's Suwa? I can tell you. Suwa was a washing powder. German washing powder doesn't exist anymore. And they published this anaglyph advertising book, Heimliche Mondfahrt, Secret Travel, Moon Travel, Secret Moon Travel. Da-da, da-da, da-da. And tell you what, I put this thing into my scanner and I did a little magic on it for you to watch it here in discrete side-by-side stereo. Ain't that a marvel? Yes, it is. So here we go for Heimliche Mondfahrt, Secret Moon Traveling, somewhere published in Germany in the 1950s. 1, 2. Here we go. Secret Travel to Moon. I'm trying to give you a translation on the fly, you can say.
Make quick, then we can sneak secretly onto the moon rocket.
Professor is starting to the moon, to space.
I hope nobody saw us.
Everything on board is okay. Ready for takeoff.
And here the professor leaves Earth with his rocket.
What did you bring for the moon children? Well, I got...
Well, I'm hearing voices.
Please, Mr. Professor, take us with you. We'd like to go so very much to the moon.
Well, I can't turn around by now. But what is it you want on the moon?
We want to show the moon children our beautiful toys. Well, they will make eyes. Look, Pete, there are the moon people, and how curious they are.
The landing was okay. All the moon people are gathering around the rocket.
This is a great entrance.
I'm Professor Hochinaus, and this is Susie and Peter. I am the Moon King, and I have you welcome on the moon. Well, what's news on the Earth?
We want to show the moon children our beautiful toys. Well, what do you say to this electric railway?
Look at our super electronic space train.
Well, I'm astounded. Oh boy, oh boy. But look here.
Oh, well, that's something for babies, and you have to pedal yourself. Here we are driving with the atom car.
Wow, what speed. Oh. But do you know photo cameras and skaters and...
Here you are, three-dimensional color television.
Nobody will believe us this on back on Earth. But you don't have such a beautiful doll. She can say mama and...
Well, our dolls can a lot more. They can jump and sing, and they can calculate as well. My doll isn't so nice at all.
Well, and I was so proud of good old Mother Earth.
But look at your clothes, you earthlings that are so white. What kind of white is this, or is it a secret?
No, this is not a secret on Earth. Everybody knows this is Suwa white. Here you are, a packet of Suwa for each and every one of you.
Wonderful! Well, that's good old Mother Earth. She's got something for you. Woo!
Heimliche Mondfahrt. Secret moon traveling. Hope you enjoyed it. Now for part 2 of the fun part of this episode is this one. It had this goggles included. Goo 3D goggles. Eye on LA, and it's this comic book. And this is an advertising comic book as well. It's from the 1980s, it's good as new, read only once or two by me. And I also put this in the printer, and to make things clear, this was already designed and printed as a 3D comic in the 1950s, and this was converted from 2D to 3D by a master of his art, Ray Sohn, who died sadly in the year 2012. But from the 80s and the 90s and the 2010s and the 2000s, about, you can say, 30 years or more, he was converting 3D comics or 3D paintings or 2D everything into 3D. And this is an advertising for the Stats etc. company, don't know what they have been doing. And it's also a advertising for Ray Sohn. And I can tell you one thing, hold on to your seats, how he was doing these 3D conversions. No more talking, just watching. So, I hope you enjoyed watching and viewing and reading these two comic books, one from Germany and one from the United States, one from the 1950s and one from the 1980s. That's all, folks, for today. Goodbye for now, and hope you enjoyed the show. You can leave a comment or two below there if you like, and a thumbs up if you like, and a thumbs down. Don't leave a thumbs down, only leave thumbs up. So we see each other again. Goodbye. Your Dr. Stereo, who's sweating a lot, a real lot.